Everyone on YouTube, everyone everywhere has kind of had an opinion on Florida recently. Um, should we fire Napier? When should we do it? How should we do it? I've been a Florida fan since 2008. I've been watching American football since I was about 6, which in the UK is rare. And finding college fans in the UK is even more rare. So I know that I'm a rare breed, and I'm proud of that. I'm gonna get Saturday out of the way first, last Saturday, and then we're gonna talk about this Saturday. Because once again, for the third time in 4 weeks, the Florida game is being shown on TV here. Like I haven't got enough to be fucking depressed about. One of Florida's mottos is through all kinds of weather we all stick together. We got divided through all kinds of fucking weather of that game. The weather first was horrible. Let's just get that out the way. I wanted us to start Lagway after that game. I wanted to see Mertz left it. It felt like when it came to tackling, our defense literally couldn't hit a barn door if their nose was fucking touching it. Like, A&M just had our defense all day. That was horrible. You know what you're going to get with a Billy Napier offense that isn't Louisiana. It's going to be plodding. It's going to be horrible. He doesn't like to run the ball, which is kind of our biggest strength right now. The run game on both sides seems to be our kryptonite. And if you look through Florida's history, that's rare. Look at some of the running backs we've had. P. Ryan, Etienne, Emmett Smith. Remember when we faced Georgia, I think it was either 2015, around there, and we ran for 400 yards. Where the hell has that team gone? This is not the Florida I know. This is not the Florida I grew up watching. This is not the Florida that any of us know. I was going to make jokes. I was going to be hilarious. What have I got to be happy about with this fucking program? Now, tomorrow, the Mississippi State game. So over here, for those that might not be aware how college football is aired over here, we are shown by a provider called Sky. Sky show 3 college football games every Saturday. One of those is always Notre Dame. They have a contract to show every Notre Dame home game. It's kind of a deal that Sky has in place with NBC. So every time Notre Dame play at home, it's shown on Sky. Well, that's the 8:30 game. They have 2 other slots against Miami, against Texas A&M, and now Mississippi State. They've decided to show Florida. I feel like I'm part responsible for this. Because I've had emails with BT and Sky over the years about trying to show SEC games so that I could watch my Gators. I'm paying for that now. In more ways than one. I am fucking terrified. And I'm predicting that we're going to get absolutely smoked, which probably means we're going to win by 30. Florida's active losing streak against FBS teams. I think the only thing that tops that is our losing streak against top 5 teams, which is just as fucking bad. This makes me miss the season where I think we had Anthony Richardson, the quarterback, and we were facing Bama, and we were down by a lot, and we came back, but we missed the 2, and that was heartbreaking. I'm missing that. These games haven't been close. And if this doesn't get fixed soon, we're going to be Vanderbilt. We're going to be Wake Forest. We're going to be... Who's a bad Big Ten team? Rutgers. Who's a bad Big 12 team? Because it ain't Kansas now. Who's a bad Big 12 team at this point? Texas Tech. We could become the new Vanderbilt of the SEC. Florida. And a true college fan will know what that means. Honestly, considering I have both autism and ADHD, I'm restraining myself a hell of a lot right now because the whole thing has just got me so stressed. You know, college football and the NFL are my escape. Having autism and having ADHD and my living situation being what it is and where I live and what I live around. Over here we call it supported housing. It's technically housing for the homeless people who are vulnerable, who have special needs or things like that. That's where I live. So that's my day-to-day, that's my week. And sport on the weekend has always been my escape. Sport on the weekend has always been my... Let's get through this week. Let's get through today. The weekend. The fuck have I got to look forward to now? Tua's out for my NFL team. Leeds are a mess. Arsenal are playing alright, I guess. And Florida are a joke. College football is the greatest sport in the world, on the planet, in existence ever. I will fight for that sport. I will die for that sport. But you love it a little less when you see the state of what your team's going through. It hurts. Now that leads me on to what I think we should do. I know a certain someone from High Top Sports who's more than likely going to see this. We should fire Billy Napier after tomorrow's game. We should hire Urban Meyer from now till the end of the season. Steady the ship and have him be that bridge between the Florida Athletic president, not Strickland, not the AD, higher, and Lane Kiffin. Because I do believe ultimately Lane Kiffin should be our next head coach. Ole Miss are going to be in the playoffs, so that's going to be a fucking impossible task to try and rip him away from Ole Miss, who I see as being the only contender to Georgia. Because when Georgia go to Bama in about 2 weeks, they're going to have to scrape Milroe off the ground. Georgia has had an all-world defense for the last 6 years, and there ain't nothing changing that. So, trying to get Lane Kiffin away from Ole Miss, who potentially go to the SEC title game, that's going to be a challenge in itself. But I think Urban's the only one who can get through to him. And I wouldn't mind Urban coming back for the next 8 games. And I know there's a lot of Florida fans who would probably agree that he should have stopped coaching after Florida. I truly think that he should come back, see this team through, impart his wisdom onto the next superstar of our school, which is DJ, and then help facilitate that move for Lane, and then ride off. Billy Napier should be radioactive to an FCS team. Do you remember when he was rumoured for the job? I do. They kept on saying one thing: recruiting. Do you know why they kept getting bowl games? Because of the conference that they were in. You put that team in the SEC, they play about as well as we have. Billy Napier is a Sun Belt coach in an SEC world. He's a minnow in shark-infested waters. And the second they said recruiting, I knew we were fucked. Okay, great, you set up 2 years. Yay. You've done fuck all with what you've done. You've done fuck all with what you brought in. You've done fuck all with what your speciality is, because you, in your own fucking egorific stupidness, didn't bring in the right coaches to help you coach, which was never your strength. From top to bottom, from Strickland, from Napier, from the coordinators, it has been a shit show. Minnesota, the Gophers, are in a better spot than Florida are. I can't really say much more than that. I don't know what else to say. Florida are a mess. Florida are fucked. Either way, this year's a write-off. It's done. Anyone thinks we are winning 6 games, just stop watching. Please. Just please. I will leave you with this. Being a Florida Gators fan should be recognised as a form of self-harm.